That's the most exercise I've done since I was at school. She needs to get her ass back here. I can't be fucking doing this shit. Or we need to find someone else, simple as that. Good morning. It's turned out nice again. How's it going? Listen, I've not even had a hot drink yet. This is the first one, so you're going to have to endure the machine. I'm sorry. How are you doing? You all right? Thanks to those of you that came to the stream yesterday. I do a live stream on here every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at 3 p.m. UK time. And last night's stream, or yesterday's stream, did go into the evening. And I think it was about 8 hours long. 7, 8 hours, something like that. It was good. It was really good for a Friday. It's good. There was no alcohol involved. No. Well, I tried to drink one drink, but I didn't. It doesn't matter. I feel like I'm talking to my mum. But we will be streaming tonight, guys. Okay, Saturday night streaming. 6:30 p.m. UK time on here. All right. I know it's early, but that means we'll finish at about 3 in the morning. If I start later, it'll be like 5 or 6, and it's just too much for me. And I'm an hour ahead of you, so 6:30 to you, if you're in the UK, is 7:30 to me. How are you doing? You all right? Just got up. I know I've got a face for radio. It's fine. Someone said that in the comments yesterday. They were very kind. They weren't even bantering. But we had some nice comments as well yesterday, which is good. Get my sweetener. So, what are you doing today? Let me know what you're doing in the comments. It's been a quiet week, I think, for LFC. Quite a few interesting links towards like the end of the week, I thought, which I kind of expected. As you know, when I do an update video, or like, you know, a video like this where I'm just having a cup of tea or a cup of coffee with you guys, try to recap on things. If you haven't been around this week, I've been saying, you know, throughout the week that I'm still calm about the McAllister thing. I think that's so, you know, I did a video yesterday. If I do a video like, you know, with little speech bubbles around it, you know what I mean, like quotations, right? That means that's what someone is saying or claiming, right? Now, I even put in that video yesterday, at the end of it, in brackets, ITK nonsense or something like that. You know, drivel, ITK drivel, I think I put. It was an indicator to try and tell you before clicking on the video that what it was about, you know, quotes, ITK dribble. You know, if you don't understand that, then you're a little bit dense. I know my regulars understand it, but the casual viewers that pop in, you know, fucking jumping from channel to channel and that, do you know what I mean? I ain't got time for them. You people are welcome around these parts, but don't come in here telling us what we should and shouldn't fucking do, all right? We've been here a very, very, very long time, all right? Now, the McAllister thing, I feel okay about that at the moment, right? Yes, I've seen all the latest claims. I've seen all the latest suggestions. I see everything. The Ugarte one this week, I've been saying I'm not so convinced now. I'm not as confident as I was about that. And I pointed out, you know, there was the suggestion, as I said to you, probably nearly 2 weeks ago, maybe 10 days, I don't know. I said to you that his club were pissed, you know, with Liverpool, and there might be a suggestion of getting reported, you know, for the way they've approached or whatever. Which is quite funny because one of the Click journalists, LFC Click journalists, you know, in that group of journals, said Liverpool have not made an approach for him, so I have no idea why his club would be threatening to report Liverpool if that wasn't the case. So that probably tells you what he knows. And then we did see, you know, further suggestions that Liverpool could be reported, and then it's gone quiet. So we have to decide: is it gone quiet because Liverpool have going, hey, we better back off a little bit, or have Liverpool cooled a bit? Or is there a problem to do with this, potentially making this deal happen? I actually genuinely do not think it's because of, having to cool off because of, threats of possible, getting reported or something like that. Grasses. So that's where I am with them too. Now, Matheus Nunes is a player that we spoke about in depth on here a long time ago, before he was in the Premier League. And Liverpool tracked him for a long time. And I don't understand Liverpool sometimes, because Liverpool, in recent years, I would say probably the last 3 years or something like that. Let me shut this window. Not that that's made any difference, it's the other window, and I'm not going to do that for that. Liverpool in recent years, maybe the last 3 years or so, maybe 5, how time flies, they seem to scout a player and go, yeah, he looks at it, but we'll wait and see what he does when he goes to the Premier League. He's bound to go to the Premier League, and if he establishes himself in the Premier League, we'll go for him then. Which is like, that makes sense in one way, like, well, let's see how, because a player in the Championship or a player in Portugal or wherever, the step to the Premier League, it's a different game altogether, right? So that makes sense. But then they could have had an opportunity to sign a player for 9 million, 10 million, 15 million or something, and then they go to the Premier League and then they're paying 60 million, and then they're crying that they can't pay for stuff. So do you not just sometimes have to take a gamble on some of these things, Or alternatively, just go and recruit all the scouts at Brighton. Matheus Nunes was tracked by us for a very long time, and he was the subject of major interest from Liverpool for a long time. And that interest continued after he arrived in the Premier League, which again baffled me, because then it was like, even though he'd only just arrived, there was some real credible people saying Liverpool were going to go for him. So it makes you wonder, like, why didn't they go? Did they go, oh, we haven't got the money at the minute, we'll try next year? You just don't know with this club. Anyway, and then it's gone quiet, right? It's gone quiet, and we've been, focusing on other targets and stuff like that. But I tell you what, at one time, like we're hearing all the McAllister stuff now, the Gravenberg and all that, everyone's thinking they're going to be two of the players through the door. We don't know if they're going to be through the door, but they're two of the players that we know that Liverpool want to sign those two players, or, well, certainly McAllister, Gravenberg, whatever you call him. He's like, I think he's stacked. Like, Liverpool are like, well, we've got him if we want him, we can push for him later, let's see what we do on our other major targets. That's what I think that's like. If we signed him first, if that did happen, I wouldn't think that we've lost out on other targets. I would think the opposite. I'd think, right, they're sorted. They know what they're doing money-wise, stuff like that. So, at one time, Matheus Nunes was being mentioned as strongly and credibly as that, all right? And I'll be honest, I was like, he's definitely going to come to Liverpool this summer. That's what I thought at one time. I don't think I came on here and said that, because I don't like making bold claims. I tend to keep things to myself, even when I really think they're going to happen, because it's okay making those claims on the members' website, for example, because the people on the members' website, they get it. Do you know what I mean? They're of a certain maturity. And when I say maturity, I don't mean age. You can be 16 and mature. So they get it. So I can go on the members' website and be more like, look, guys, this is what I think might happen. You know what I'm saying? Whereas on here, you see it in the comments occasionally. You get these numpties, to come along and they run the mouse, or I might say something to you about Matheus Nunes. I think this might happen, guys. I think it looks pretty, and then he doesn't come, and then 2 years from now, someone's like picking up a video going, this aged well, didn't it, Chubbs? You know what I mean? So quite like, just keep your mouth shut sometimes. But I did think that Matheus Nunes would come to us this summer. However, I would say for the last 3 months, or maybe this year, this half of the season, I've been thinking, well, it's just gone dead, so there's no one talking about it. However, in the last couple of days, there has been some chatter about him. And some chatter from people that I trust that have said to me, keep an eye on that dunk, because it's not dead. Now, that surprises me a little bit, because I don't think he's been having the best of seasons, By his own admission, I think when I was last reading up on something, which I don't know what it was, it might have been yesterday, so I don't know. He was saying, I think he said, I'll be honest, I'm not playing at my best. You haven't seen what I can do, kind of thing. And I like it when players say that. I do, honestly. It's not drivel. I like that when you say, you fucking wait. Because I'm like that when I meet a new chick, first time you get it on and you know what I mean? And she's laid there thinking, God, that was, and I'll go, oh, you haven't seen the best of me yet, love. All right. You know what I'm saying? I know we've been together 3 years now, but I'm telling you what, it's going to come together. But it's right. I like the confidence that he's got. And he's being honest as well, going, do you know what? I can do better than that, which is, again, same, you know what I mean? I can do better than that, but can't be asked. So I want you to just look out for Matheus Nunes. That's it, really. That's what the video is about, Matheus Nunes. That's what people are saying in the background at the moment. There you go, people I trust. So I don't know if it's all over social media or anything. I haven't seen anything on social media. I haven't looked today, to be honest with you. Yesterday we were streaming for 8 hours, so I think if anything was said about Matheus Nunes last night, someone would have come on the stream and said so. There's no messages, this morning, so I guess it's quiet with that regard. But it would be interesting to see. And if he is, if we do start to see him mentioned with us, then that means someone's jiggled around somewhere with the targets, I did see one article, I don't know if it was today or yesterday, by a Liverpool fan site, if you're like, well, I don't know why they bother. And it said in the headline about Nunes, and they called him a target. And I don't think he's a target right now. I would consider him an option. And do you know what, guys? Them little words are so important, right? When you just casually read something and you skip through it, right? Depending who's wrote it, you have to digest those words in the title. I'm deep as fuck with this shit, right? I've been here a long time, right? So when I do a news article or I do a video, if I use the word target without, quotations or whatever, speech bubble, whatever you want to call them, that's me saying that he's a target. That's me saying I believe he is a target, right? If you've got the old things going on around the word target, that usually suggests, or should suggest to you, that somebody else has called him that. So if I did a news article and The Athletic are saying that he's a target, I would put, Liverpool target Matheus Nunes, and then I would explain in the article why he's a target. Does that make sense? I know some of you people, you casual viewers, you're not interested. You can fucking go, can't you? We don't give a fuck what you think. But I'm trying to talk to the people that follow the Cop Talk shit. And these words are really important, and it depends who's saying it, though. So if it's some numpty that don't know what they're doing, they can confuse people. I don't believe he is a target right now. So why is the Liverpool fan site saying Liverpool target? It's because they don't know what they're doing, right? So for me, I would say that he's one, of several on a potential list, I would say Liverpool monitoring situation or something like that. There's clubs been sniffing around him. And if Liverpool have got an interest in him, which we know they did have up until very recently, then it goes without saying that, you could be negotiating on a deal. And if you're getting nowhere with that deal, you might turn around and go, well, have you seen what's happening with him, Nunes? So Liverpool monitoring is a genuine term, and if it's used correctly. Listen, I'm deep as fuck with this shit, guys. Honestly, I really am. And I've spoke to people before at Liverpool Football Club over the years that explain to me how this shit works, Some of this, I've never understood really why Sky Sports, for example, don't commission, like videos of behind the scenes, not giving away. I know we get all these documentaries about football clubs, but they're always about, the players, because that's what the fans are interested in, right? The players, the manager, the coaching side of things. And there's been some very good ones, but I've never understood why they've not tried to shadow, a sporting director or a number of sporting directors at different clubs. Now, obviously, they can't reveal a lot of things, but you're not telling me that, with editorial control, that, that they could explain to the fans how these things work. Like you hear the term Liverpool have lodged a bid or tabled a bid, right? Well, I'm sure many people go, well, how does that actually happen? What was the process? I think people would be interested in that. So if I was head of Sky Sports, I'd be doing stuff like that, because I think a lot of people would really like to learn about the inner workings. Or maybe you don't care. Maybe you're just up looking for long we sign him. That's just a good attitude to have, really. But I know when I was growing up, and especially back in the 90s, when I started this lot, I didn't understand, there was ways that they submitted bids and that, even, on fax machines and stuff like that, even though they had email and, could curry or something. It's just, I just found it all very fascinating. But, we have different terms. And I think that all I can do, right, forget everybody else, all I can do is if you're on Cop Talk, whether you view the main site, coptalk.com, or whether you're on the members website, when I do a headline for a Cop Talk news article, or even the text within that article, I really put a lot of thought into the words that should be used, so, you might just get someone go, Liverpool have made an approach. Well, what kind of approach have they made? That's what my people want to know. Is it formal? Have they gone on the record? Hey, look, come on. What's the crack? Or is it informal? There's formal, there's informal, there's direct, indirect, official, unofficial, no. You know what I mean, guys? I hope I'm not patronising, but I think it's really important because a lot of these accounts today on social media and blogs and websites, they are so misleading. I think it's the worst I've ever seen it in all that time. Honestly, it's absolutely horrendous. And I don't know how you guys do it. If you're one of these fans that are on social media all the time, I genuinely don't know how anybody out there really knows what to believe anymore. Do you know what I mean? I find it difficult sometimes. I'm like, well, where's the fuck? I'll see something, I go, where the fuck's that come from? And then I do a bit of digging, and then I'll find exactly where it's come from. It might be a regional newspaper in Portugal, but the Liverpool account, fans account, or the so-called ITK or whatever have made it sound like it's come from something really important. You know what I mean? That's what I do. I like to try and help people, that's what we do here. And I've been thinking, I've received some lovely comments recently, some really, really nice comments. We've got a lot of new viewers on here. And I think we do offer something different here. I really do. And, I don't understand why, if you're a young lad or lass, and you want to write about Liverpool, the club you love, or you want to just engage or be on social media or whatever, you don't need to show that you know what you're talking about. You don't need to, try and claim to know what's going on or anything, right? Because nobody really gives a fuck, because at the end of the day, there's that much nonsense out there that they don't know who to believe, So even if I go on there and say, guys, I'm telling you this, I would still encourage people to make their own mind up. They can either trust me or, go and make their own opinions, research it or whatever. So it never offends me when I make a bold claim, right? And then someone says, well, I believe it when I see it, and I'm like, that's cool, mate. Yeah, absolutely. I'm the same, I'm the same myself. It's not done until it's done, kind of thing. One of the worst things you can ever say to anyone is, I believe it when it's on Sky Sports News, because they're the last to know, trust me. What else was I going to say to you? Yeah, so I'm talking about, if you're an upcoming, young lad, young lass or something, but maybe even older, doesn't matter, you've got an interest in this shit. Don't try and be an ITK on social media. You're not going to get anything from that unless you really, really lie to people. And do you really want to do that? You don't want to do that. Instead, think of Adam Naylor, right? Adam Naylor, right? You've heard me mention him many times on here. Naylor. He's got a YouTube channel, Liverpool fan, right? He makes videos about Liverpool Football Club. He's the only YouTuber about Liverpool Football Club I watch, because the rest of them are shite, all right? But then again, it depends what you like, okay? It depends what you like. If you want a nice, beautiful studio and all that, and someone sat there in a nice, brand new Liverpool top, because it looks all authentic, great. Or you can watch some div like me just stood in the kitchen with a shit picture behind him that his wife bought. It's very significant, that picture, to my long-term viewers, trust me. There's a story behind it, we don't need to go into it. So, fucking thing will be on fire soon, I'm telling you. Adam Naylor, right? Go and watch Adam Naylor's videos. Go and subscribe, right? Because I want him over 1,000 subscribers. He's not going to come on there and tell you what's going on. What he's going to do is he's going to analyse what's being said, right? And he's going to put some thought into it, because he's a clever boy. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I'm a lot older than Adam, right? He's a clever lad, yeah? And that's the sort of people you need to listen to, because they will plant the seed in your mind and they'll make you think things. And you go, oh yeah, I never thought of that. Even I do that when I watch these videos. You know what I'm saying? And for the record, I don't get anything for pushing Adam Naylor. I just really like him. I think he's genuine. If anything, I always say to him, don't mention my fucking name on your channel, because, you know, the haters will be on there going, fucking, you know what I mean? Adam don't give a shit, he's good. I like him, he's loyal as fuck, good kid. What I'm trying to say to you is, you don't need to pretend you know what's going on out there to get a following. Just have a bit of intelligence. And if you're really, really clever, right, maybe you could do analytics or statistics, but I think they're boring, mate, because the only statistics I'm interested in is a woman's the only statistics I'm interested in, all right, is how many goals the team scored. I couldn't give a fuck about possession. I couldn't give a fuck about, you know, you see all this stuff and people, you know, putting all these stats out. And oh, today the temperature of the grass is 6 degrees. Fuck, just why don't give a fuck what the grass is? Do you know what I mean? No, give a fuck. The only thing I care about is how many goals each team gets. Do you know what I mean? Can't be doing it. I know some of you guys like it, you know, and maybe it's interesting to go, that player scored X amount of goals in you know, fine. But when you start doing like goals per game, I mean, maybe if you're looking at a striker, you know, that you're looking at signing, then fine. People want to know the stats and stuff like that, absolutely. But I'm talking about when match day, game on, I don't give a fuck what happened 2 years ago when these two teams last met. Just fucking smash them in now, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, this video is about Matheus Nunes. We're going way off, as I usually do. But I'm drinking my coffee, you know what I'm saying? And what I like, what I've seen in the, we had someone on here yesterday, guys. Go and have a look on the video that's got the ITK drivel in the brackets, in the title. Someone said something smart. I left that one on, so go fucking sort him out. Go and stick up for Big Dunk. My mother brought me up and said, if you've got nothing nice to say in life, you know, nothing positive or something, don't fucking say it. Don't be mean. You know, you don't need to be mean to someone. If you don't like me, you don't like me, fine. Don't need telling I'm a big fat fucker. You know what I'm saying? I think it's pretty obvious. But I'm a big fat fucker in a big fat house in the Mediterranean, enjoying my life right now, which a few weeks ago, I'll be honest, was a bit shit, but I'm really happy right now, so trust me. There's nothing that, you know, someone on the internet's going to say that could hurt me. But I've seen all my followers on here, they've been jumping in that. Did you know what I mean? Some of you guys really like these long vids when we have a coffee, you know what I'm saying? People say, they do longer, you know, longer, do. Come on, fuck them, you know what I'm saying? In fact, I might start winding them up even more. I might start clickbaiting the fuck out of them. And what I might do is I might tell you guys a little secret, like if there's a full stop in the title, it's a wind-up video. And then only my loyalist people will know, do you know what I mean? What do you reckon? Yeah? Liverpool signed Bellingham, full stop, and you'll be like, I don't need to watch that, don't wind them fuckers up. I don't like them casual viewers, me guys. I don't want them around here. Matheus Nunes. I want you to listen out for Matheus Nunes. I don't know if anything's going on with Matheus Nunes. That's not what I'm saying. But if you were to say to me, Dunk, what are people talking about this week? You know, people that I trust. I would say very little, to be honest with you. I would say very little. But I would say the only name that's had any traction this week. Well, actually, I was telling a lie there, because I was going to say the only name was Matheus Nunes, but Caicedo was mentioned earlier in the week as well. So they were the two names that were mentioned to me. You know, don't rule them out, Dunk. So don't rule them out, Dunk, to me suggests maybe secondary options, maybe like, oh well, that's might not going to happen, so we're going to turn our focus to. And if you watch my video, I think in the beginning of the week, probably when I got back from England, I was like, look out for stuff at the end of the week, right? Which I consider as now, it's Saturday, you know? Like, I think I said end of the week, sometime soon, something like that. So I would stretch it over the weekend and into next week. I don't know. This is what I do. This is what I look for. And if I see, like Nunes mentioned, or Caicedo increasing, I start to think there's something in that. They were right. Do you know what I mean? But sometimes you don't hear anything. You go, well, it don't mean they were wrong. They're not going to mislead me. But it means Liverpool are doing something else. And that's when you sit back and go, what they're doing then? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. My coffee's done. Right. I tell you what, guys. Come to the stream tonight, because after I've had a few drinks, I'll fucking tell you. I can't tell you now. Oh. Fucking to tell you what, she's going to have to sort herself out. You know what I'm saying? How we're more chicks than Bernard Matheus and fucking Colonel Sanders put together. I mean, they might be dead, but that's irrelevant. I put this on Facebook today. I don't actually, I read it to you. This is my mentality, right? This is my kind of thing. This too shall pass. And then some other bullshit will come and take its place. It never fucking ends. So, because all these, do you know what these memes, do they not get on your nerves when these people put all these wishy-washy fucking memes on? Do you know what I mean? It's going to be all right in the end. No, it's not. It's going to get fucking worse. Trust me. Nothing's going to be all right. You want to kid yourself like that? Fine. And another one I liked as well that I put on yesterday was, it's never too late to start over, but odds are this is as good as it's going to get. I'm in a good mood. I've not woke up yet, as you can tell. I need to go get some moisturiser on for tonight's stream. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and it's Saturday morning. You know what that means? It means I'm going to the cash and carry to go and get a couple of kilos of bacon. That won't surprise you, will it? Oh, one more thing. The investment situation or club sale. I was asked about this on the stream last night. So you miss a lot, you know, if you don't come along to the streams. But I know some of you haven't got 8 hours to spare. What I would say about that is, I personally, I do not think that matter is over. All right. What I do find funny though is, since the media have stopped talking about it, have you noticed all the ITKs have stopped talking about it too? It's like they read things and try and guess things. Do you know what I mean? There's nobody saying anything. Think back to January, February, it was mental online about it all, right? Not me, cool as a cucumber, you know what I'm saying? And I think no news is good news with that. Look out for Rich T71. You should always check the comments under the videos. Rich T71, he's your man when it comes to that region and investment. Very, very clever lad. He's a personal friend of mine that, he's been a Cop Talk member, I think, for decades. He's been very supportive as Rich. And we've met before, you know, in England. I don't get the opportunity to meet many of you guys, and he's a really nice kid. And he's very clever with business, and he's involved with people with a lot of money. And he has good intelligence and knowledge of that region, and I know that he's connected to you know, through business and what he does to royalty and royal families in that region and shit like that. So he's always got a really good opinion about stuff to do with investment and things like that. So if you ever see Rich in the comments and he's commenting about investment, don't be afraid to reply to him and ask him a question, because I know he'll answer it. So Rich T71 is his username, and that's the same username on the members website as well. It's gone very quiet. I know we talk about these things all the time, and this is the problem with the casual viewers, because they'll see the suggestion, you know, in the title, LFC sale or something like that. I don't know what I'll put in the title, and that's to tell my people here, you know, part of the community, the Cop Talk community, the topics that are being discussed. It doesn't mean by default new news or anything like that. But these gullible fuckers, you know, these people that go around like fucking, well, what's happening here? You know, they think, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that, being, you know, anticipation and being excited. But then when they stumble on a video, that they expect like that it's going to be like, there's going to be something new, and it's like, it doesn't work like that, you know. So it might do on other channels, you know, that want to like convince you all sorts is going on, but on here we'll keep it fucking real. All right. So if you see a suggestion of LFC sale in the title, it just means discussion. You know, we're updating, or there's something. It's come up in conversation in the video, like this has, right? Trust me. If there was new news about, you know, when I say new news, I mean credible news, right? You would fucking know about it in the title of the video, all right? But these people, they'll come along, they'll watch a video. There's nothing new in this about, you know what I mean? It's like, what is it? Can't be doing these idiots on fucking internet. I tell you what, YouTube, please, give me an option to just change how people can respond to videos, comments. Really, please, like some sort of fucking mentality test or something like that. Do you know what I mean? I don't want people. You know, no, I've got to be careful what I say. I was going to say something very, not very PC. Investment. We're talking about investment club set. I don't think it's dead, guys. I really don't. And I'm not for 1 minute suggesting that anything's going to happen. But what I think is that I think all along they're watching the Manchester United situation, right? I've said that in multiple videos, and I still share that opinion. This is me just saying what I think at the moment. I think that they're watching the Manchester United situation in terms of valuation, what can be done, what can be pulled off, right? And I also think that the new Premier League streaming service, when that comes in, which I believe is not the next TV deal, but could be the one after, I think that their mood changed a little bit with that, because when that news came, I know we've heard about this potential like Netflix of football or whatever, but it was a very, very, very in-depth, like, I don't want to say dominant, but strong article about it all, and it was in the Daily Mail a while ago, not recently, but not the last couple of weeks, maybe a month, 2 months ago, no, not even 2 months, and in that article, I think they see stuff like this. They see what we see as well, right? You got to remember that. And that might sound a bit far-fetched. You might think, well, I think they'll know a bit more than that. No, they fucking don't. No, because unless the Premier League are issuing statements to everybody, and if they issued a statement to any of those clubs, we'd know about it anyway because it would come out. So they have to rely on a lot of reports as well to see what's going on, right? And I just think that around that time that article came out, all the talk of minor investment, in my opinion, ceased, right? It looked at that point that they were going to do minor investment, which they may still do, but we know for a fact that there's two. I shouldn't say no for a fact. I need to rewind that. See how I'm specific? We believe that there are two groups. Two parties, but I don't know, is two people a party or what? I don't know how to do it, but not individuals, right? That in America that would be interested in minor investment, okay? And we know that one of them at least goes back to before November. And I think that Fenway have thought about all that, and they're like, right, we know we've got that, so we can do that at some time, right? And that's why we started to hear about minor investment, and it started to sound like they favoured that. I'm of the opinion that they do want to sell personally in full. But if they can hang on, look at the chatter that's come out to with Manchester United. So Manchester United could be sold, but the Glazers could still retain ownership, some of the ownership. I'm not sure exactly because I don't really follow it, guys. But if you're John Henry, you'd be thinking, oh, hang on a minute. So let's get this right. We can get billions and a slice of future revenue as well. We'd be mental to sell right now. Do you know what I mean? It's that fucking simple, guys. So I think they're keeping an eye on Manchester United. I think they're keeping an eye on the streaming, Netflix streaming of football, the potential in that, because I think that'd be massive. And the other thing was, what's going to happen with this European Super League or different named thing or competition changes and stuff like that. So I think they're dragging their heels. And what I imagine, right, is that right now, they know they've got them two minor investment options if they want to go along with that. But why do that if you don't need to do that, right? So over the years with my website, I've had people come along to me and say, I've had people try to buy the website from me many years ago. I've had people try to invest in the website, this YouTube channel, all sorts of different options over the years, right? Now, for me, if I was to take someone on board, like they give you some money and they come into the situation. For me, it wouldn't be just about money. I do everything by myself. So for me, it'd be what can you bring to the table as well? And that's how it has to be with investment at Liverpool, right? We don't just want, if you're going to go minor investment route for the club, which I think would be disastrous personally, you don't just want someone to come in and give you some money. You want to say, well, what can you bring to the table? Like, what happens next? It's all right, very well. Someone could come to me today and go, yeah, I'll give you 50 grand, 100 grand, which I'd be like, oh, that's great, that. But how does it help me in the long term in terms of improving what I do? Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, money's great. We all love money. That'd be great. I'd pay a few debts off and all that, you know what I'm saying? But how does it make my job easier? How do I give the people that trust me something better? And it has to be that philosophy with the football club, obviously. But with FSG, I feel like they would take, they just want, I just think it's a quick fix. Like, we'll get some money, and the rebuild. We're not even doing, a rebuild now. It's not even labelled a rebuild. So I think they drag it out as long as they can while they watch Manchester United. They keep one eye on the Premier League streaming thing and also the European Super League. These are all subjects that are definitely in their mind right now. Right? When something happens at United, whether it does or doesn't, something final, either club's off the market or the club's sold, then they need to start to think what they're going to do. All right? Now, if you're them, would you take minor investment today? I think you'd only take minor investment today if you can't finance the rebuild, which I don't know if you've noticed this, but the clicks, even the players, Jordan Henderson himself said the other day, we don't need a rebuild. We need some changes, but we don't need a rebuild, right? So they're all coming out with that now, which is quite ironic because Jordan Henderson is part of the reason why we need a rebuild, in my opinion. And I like the lad, all right? But is he the future? I'm just saying. So if FSG can wing it this summer, right, they know the big controversy, is Bellingham, right? And they have managed your expectations. Remember what I brought you back from Boston all them years ago when I bought the club, right? What did I bring you back? I told you, met all these people, blah, blah, blah. They will manage your expectations. Was I right? Were they right? You know that's right. Because when a player is linked with Liverpool, or no, not that, let me rephrase that. When a very good player becomes available that you would like to see signed at Liverpool, 9 times out of 10, you're going to go, we won't sign him. Therefore, they have managed your expectations, right? Bellingham. Most people don't expect us to sign Bellingham now, right? That's a topic for another video. So, it's calmed down, hasn't it? FSG knew going into this summer that that's what the fans wanted. Now, they're waiting for the response. So it gets played out via them, via the click maybe, of journalists, LFC, that little group that I tell you about, and we know who they are. Well, maybe you don't. I don't like naming names, which shouldn't be too difficult to work out. And then you've got, the ones that the club and FSG trust a little bit, that do have a relationship, right? Ornstein, I think it's Ornstein, not Ornstein. Is that right? On television, I've heard it pronounced Ornstein. I thought it was Ornstein, but you know what I mean. I think he's more connected to the ownership. And then you've obviously got Joyce, who I think is connected to senior people at Liverpool Football Club. Now, you might say, well, they're both the same. Yeah, but some are in Liverpool, some are over there, right? So, they do cross over, but they're the two that, I think have got the best relationship with the ownership and the people that run the club. They came out, didn't they? And straight away, feeding us all, they're pissed on our parade, right? In other words, Bellingham's not going to happen. And then FSG sit back and wait to see what happens, right? It's true. It's that simple, right? Let's gauge what the response is. Everyone's disappointed, but a lot of people, I think the majority, have moved on from it and have accepted it. Your expectations have been managed, right? So, if they can get through the summer, get away with that, right? Bring in some quality, as Rafa would say, some quality players, right? Everyone's happy. People forget. Football fans are a bit like, oh, we signed this great, fucking hell, great buzzing, right? Shouldn't forget about other things, yeah? Why sell? Why sell a part of something if you can get through the summer? The reason they were looking at minor investment was to get through the summer because of the big rebuild that now is apparently not on the agenda, right? So, would I be surprised if some news came out today that they've accepted minor investment? I think I would be surprised at the present time because that to me, the only reason I think they would do that is because they can't finance things this summer. That is it. That could be the only reason, surely. Would I be surprised if there was breaking news in the Liverpool Football Club were in talks about a complete sale to somebody? And there's a couple of people, well, yeah, there's a couple of potential things I think could happen in that, but I don't want to speculate about that because I can't back it up. So it wouldn't surprise me if that news came out. It just wouldn't. Like, you guys might be like, fucking hell, can't believe it. I wouldn't. I'd be like, yeah, that sounds right. Because they're very clever, these people. They are, right? And no news is good news. So you're not telling me there's nobody in the world that doesn't want to buy a Liverpool Football Club. So when Qatar or whoever in Qatar or whatever was, had that strong interest when nothing was happening, that's why you read all that shit. That's why you're subjected to it, because it's not working for them. So they're leaking it to as many people as possible. And that's coming out to us. It reaches to us in Europe or whatever. and that's a sign that something's not going right for them, right? So at the moment, it's dead quiet. It's too quiet. A club is on one of the greatest club in the world, right? Whether you are a Liverpool fan or not, you have to accept it. Just like I can accept Manchester United is one of the greatest clubs in the world, right? That's called respect, okay? You're telling me that Manchester United's got all that interest in that club, but no one wants Liverpool? Come on, right? People want Liverpool. I can fucking guarantee you. I could back that up a little bit, but I would rather focus on credible stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I think FSU are very, very clever people. They're very, very clever people. So they take their time. They see if they can get through the summer. If they can get through the summer, they're laughing, right? Because that means they haven't had to bring in minor investment and sell off any chunk of anything, whether it's a part of Fenway or whatever. And they retain ownership and they can go into a new campaign with a new slate. And if everything goes well, if Jurgen Klopp does well next year with the players he's got, squad, as Rafa would say, then there's no drama. We can ease off now. Let's see what's happening with MTV deals. You know what I'm saying? If it goes fucking pear-shaped, right, in the summer, and we are raging because we haven't got, the players that we'd hoped to see, excluding Bellingham, then pressure's on. If the results don't go very well in the first half of the season, pressure's back on again. Yeah, you're going straight to November and all that shit's coming out again. So I personally, you know that I always encourage you to make your own minds up, right? That's the difference between me and some of these numpties out there. I just tell you what I think, I tell you what I hear, and you decide what you want. Digest everything, guys, even the bullshit that the ITKs say, because that can help put you like, oh, well, if he's saying that, I know it's fucking bollocks. Do you know what I mean? So, and we might as well throw Bellingham in as well. I forgot what I've spoke about in this video. I won't even know how to title it. And it's a very long video, so some people will be crying. Good, I hope they're fucking crying, because I ain't got time for any miserable people. I really haven't. And this video's too long. Well, guess what? There's a little option there called stop, right? Or unsubscribe, or where I'm from, fuck off. All right? So if you don't like it, go and knock one out or something. Anyway, Bellingham. Right, so we've seen some claims yesterday, if I remember rightly, which should be dismissed, all right? About Liverpool being back in for him. Bellingham are calling off a meeting with Real Madrid. Just entertainment. It's like I said to you yesterday. Think WWE in sport versus soccer, football, right? Think that. That's what, and then online, you've got some of these accounts that are the WWE equivalent. Does that make sense? It's just entertainment, and unfortunately, some of you people believe it. And I do not take very kindly to any of you guys in the chat room, on the Cop Talk chat room, which you're all welcome to join. It's free to join, come in, right? Posting some of that shite in there. I don't like it because it misleads and it gets people's hopes up. I don't mind if you put it in, I guess, maybe and say, listen to this, look at this fucking numpty. That's fine, right? But don't be dropping stuff in the chat room, especially if it's someone that people don't know, because they might think that you're endorsing it, like this person or you can trust this person. You must, if you're passing something on, tell people where you heard it, all right? So I don't want to sound like a headmaster or something, but it's important. Now, if you want to join the chat room, guys, all you have to do on a browser is go to t.me/Cop Talk Chat. T is for Telegram, right? t.me/Cop Talk Chat, one word. Also, if you want the news alerts, like when videos are out or anything important LFC news, t.me/Cop Talk News, right? They're two different things. Anything I post on Cop Talk News goes into the chat anyway, but I would join both. But if you apply to join Cop Talk Chat, t.me/Cop Talk Chat, you need to then email me at dunk, D-U-N-K, @coptalk.com to say, this is my name, I've applied for it, because I need to make sure that who I'm approving is not a bot. you know, is a person. So a bot's not going to email me. It doesn't mean that you're not a numpty or trying to be a div in there. It just means that we can limit the amount of fake, you know, automated shit. All right. Sounds a ball ache, but it's worth it. We've got hundreds of people in there, a lot of people from the videos, and I personally think it's great. And we only set it up recently, so you don't need to be like on the Cop Talk members. I'd love you to be on the Cop Talk members website, you know. Obviously, you know, but I'm being honest with you. You know, you'll get a lot of stuff in there, but be warned. There's a lot of stuff that goes in there that wouldn't be on the members website. You know, so you've got to. If you go on the members website, you know, I'm checking everything. In the chat room, I can't watch everything. So in the chat room, just have a bit of caution, right? You know, because someone could be posting some shite, basically. Bellingham, you must ignore the nonsense from yesterday. I saw some. I don't know where did that come from yesterday. You might have seen different things claimed yesterday, but I saw something that said that Bellingham would cost just under 87 million up front, like, you know, like the initial fee. And I just can't understand why Liverpool wouldn't pay that. It's incredible. Simon Jordan said on the radio the other week, Liverpool can afford him, but they've chosen not to afford him. And well, this is these owners, and we go back to the same shite really, so let's not go there again. But anyway, Bellingham, you're gonna hate me for this, but yesterday, nothing to do with the Twitter ITK stuff, because those claims are insane. Liverpool are not back in for him per se. It's fucking cold now. But there's just something yesterday made me feel like I just wouldn't rule it out. That's all I'm saying. I wouldn't rule it out until it's done. That's all I'm saying, right? Please don't read into that. No one said a thing to me. It's never over until the fat lady sings, or until that picture comes down behind me. No, just the Bellingham thing. Yesterday, I don't know. I read some things yesterday from credible stuff. You know what I mean, and stuff in Spain where I am, and it's just, I would not be surprised. All I can make is a statement, right? And I'm pleased. I don't know, right? I just wouldn't be surprised if there was breaking news, Liverpool sign him at some point. It just would not surprise me at all. And I don't like giving like false hope. I don't want you to have any hope. I have zero hope. I swear to you, I'm not walking around going, that's going to happen. There's a possibility. I just think to myself, it wouldn't surprise me, because Liverpool can be very sneaky sometimes. I just don't know if, you know, that what concerns me is the positions concerning the sporting director. You know what I mean? Like, if Edwards was running the show right now, I'd be thinking, yeah, that fucker's going to do it. I would, honestly, guys, I would really believe that. Julian Ward, I don't know. What a good send-off that would be for the kid. This fella that's coming in does not fill me with any enthusiasm whatsoever. I know I have to be upbeat and, let's give him a chance. We all deserve a chance in life. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not very excited about that, to be honest with you. Which is totally unfair. But no, anyway, it doesn't matter. Until Bellingham arrives in Madrid and we see video footage of him in Madrid, or possibly his family, or, you know, those working the deal, they've arrived in Madrid to finalise it, then fine, that's acceptable. But right now, I wouldn't say no. And I'll be honest with you, I think if Liverpool did finish in that fourth position, top four, it could make a difference, guys. It could, honestly. But please don't get your hopes up with that shit. I'd rather we just go, it's not happening. That's how I tell myself that it's not going to happen. Fuck that. Because in life, you know, if you call, yeah, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, then you come crashing down sometimes. So I'm the kind of person in life that goes, it will fucking happen. I'm not that fucking lucky, you know. And then when it does, or something good happens, you go, oh, fucking hell, it's a nice surprise, right? So all I'm saying is I'm keeping the door open on Bellingham for now. And trust me, when it slams shut, I'll let you know. But please don't think I'm telling you that Bellingham's going. I know some of you go in the comments now and go, so what you're saying, Dunk, is that Bellingham is going. Hey, and when you go in the comments and make jokes about stuff, right, if I'm making a video, please make sure you put a wink or something, because if you might be sat there giggling, but when I read it, it can sound like, so fucking cheeky cunts, because I have a zero tolerance policy, right? So if you're ever joking about something, please use an emoji. Right? I'm just warning you. All right. Okay. Listen, I've really enjoyed this video, guys. I've really enjoyed it. I know it's exceptionally long. I think I'm gonna go down to the Cash and Carry and get some bacon now, and I might. Oh, I got a message. Okay, this is from Graham. This is in the Cop Talk chat, t.me/Cop Talk chat. I might get a bit of steak. My peoples that watch my videos on here, when you click that thanks button, right, you're lining me up for the weekend. See all I'm saying? So we had some people on the stream last night that were like, "Here, don't get yourself a drink and that." I love that shit, obviously, because. And who was the guy that messaged me a few weeks ago and said, "Here, don't get yourself lunch on me"? I can't find the thing. I need to find that guy. Because I can't remember if I messaged him or not. But it's just so kind. People are so kind. They support the channel. Do you know what I mean? So today, what I was going to say to you is I think I'm going to get myself a piece of steak for my dinner. All right? Because you guys have been hitting the thanks button and supporting me on the streams and that. So I think I'm going to buy myself a piece of steak. How nice is that? Yeah? People look after me. You know what I'm saying? I don't need looking after, but do you know what I'm saying? It's just nice. And I love the way that people do it. Get yourself a drink. Get yourself lunch on me. Fucking mint, man. You know what I mean? And listen, it works the other way around. Miserable Martin, right? Hey, we've got Miserable Martin making an appearance tonight on here, right? You're gonna fucking love this video that I've got of Miserable Martin tonight on the stream. Oh, we're doing the quiz tonight as well, about 10 o'clock UK time. But Miserable Martin's gonna appear. Oh, hey, baby. Fucking get it. That's good. You what? They don't call me the silver tongue for that. What's her name? From that to Miserable Martin, incredible. Miserable Martin. Yeah, so we're doing Miserable Martins tonight. You're gonna love this new feature. We're doing the quiz at 10. What was I gonna say? I was saying something. I feel totally thrown off now. Oh God. Oh, I don't know. It don't matter. I said enough. It's nearly an hour long. I'd like to drag it out for an hour because that'll really piss people off. I don't know what I was going to say. I don't know. This is like people are just like really super cool, aren't they? You know. Then you get these people coming in, you're just trying to get views. Well, of course I'm trying to get views. I want people to watch my videos, you fucking moron. But you don't make 1 hour long videos if that's what your game is. Do you know what I mean? Think about it for a minute, right? How many topics we've discussed in this video that I could split up into different videos. You're not using your head. If you want to hate on me, at least up your fucking game. Do you know what I'm saying? Don't need to do that. What I'm saying is, I know what I was going to say. Ooh. You ain't Miserable Martin, right, what I was saying was, people look after, in the community, they look after me. They'll say, get yourself a drink, right, whatever. So, I try to, it's very difficult. How do I give back to everybody? Do you know what I mean? I can't do it. But Martin, you know, like, I don't care if people are waiting for fucking... Fucking you what? I try, honestly, right? If there's someone comes in, like, listen, I notice things. So when my regulars come in and stream on a Saturday night, if someone goes, oh, I love a bottle of, you know, a bottle of gin, you know, that's my drink, don't, you know, I like that. When I don't ask them, you know, sometimes I ask and they don't know that I'm fishing to try and find out, right? So I play, I'm clever. Martin, like tonight, I like it when Martin joins in on the stream because he's a very funny guy, very dry. He's called Miserable Martin, but he's fucking ace, right? And I said to him, let me get you a drink. So I'm buying him a bottle today. I don't know what he's going to drink. It's not Ribena. But, I like to do that. So if you participate in the streams, I want to do you know what I mean? People that support me, I want to support them back. Do you know what I mean? People can verify that. People will verify you that. We've got Jen on here. She's supported me for years, right? And I got a very special thing a while ago. It was a book from James Milner that was personally signed, right? Because these companies and the players, their agents, they often approach me and they'll say, can you do this for us? And I'll say, yeah, I'll do a competition prize, but I want something for myself, right? People will be raging at me, but this person, no, it doesn't matter. The James Milner thing was very special to me, but Jen's been a great supporter of mine, so I sent her that book. Do you know what I mean? And I think I sent her a big box of chocolates one time or something. I don't know, I try to give back, but it's very difficult for me because there's a lot of you guys here, all right? And sometimes I can just give back a bit of love and support. People email me privately and shit might be going in their life. I get a lot of emails from people saying, I watch your vids, you cheer me up, I'm having a bad time, and, email me from a fake account and say, I'm having a rough time, feel like I'm going to do myself. You'll see me reply fucking straight away, right? You've got to look out for each other, and that's what we do around here. Now, we didn't win the lottery this week, guys. I did put the lottery on last night because I'm going to treat everyone when I win that lottery, all right? Well, I'm going to treat the people that support me. I can't treat everyone, can I? You know what I'm saying? But no, I'm very, very happy at the moment with Cop Talk and everything, and this community is exceptional, and I know there's people out there will tell you that when they've fallen on hard times, be it relationships, employment problems, depression, bereavement, with the community, rallies up. And if you're someone that takes part in these videos, on the streams or whatever, if we don't see your name for a while, people notice that. They go, what happened to who is it? So don't disappear on us because we worry about you, And it's great family here. I'm looking forward to Jamie Gilmore coming out here. He's coming to stay in Spain with me next month? No, July. Jamie's just someone that listens to my podcast and watches my videos, right? I really like him. I often refer to him as Jamie motherfucking Gilmore because I'm usually excited when he comes on. It's usually 2 a.m. on Saturday night. Get a bit of Staying Alive. He likes that song, right? And this is just an example of community. So, Jamie, you're welcome anytime, mate. Which is I would say to any of my peoples that I know on here, And he was like, really? I went, yeah, come out, bring your mates. So they're coming. I've never met Jamie in my life. They're coming here to stay with me. Do you know what I mean? So that's what it is, I'm not sure there's many YouTube channels or content creators or podcasts or anything that have that kind of connection and friendship. And we were discussing this yesterday on here, that on the live stream last night, that I wouldn't want to have a huge audience. There's no objectives here. Anyone that's known me over the last quarter of a century knows I've never done that, right? Because how would I then know everybody? And when someone comes on my stream and I've not seen him for a few weeks, I usually go, I ain't seen you for a while. Where have you been? Is everything all right? Having that kind of interaction with people, from my point of view, is fucking great. Do you know what I mean? Imagine if it was just loads of names going up the screen like this, like you see on some streams. Then people are just nothing, are they? They're just like a fucking, do you know what I mean? Like that. Nah, I like what we have. We're good here. And I am going to cut it off at exactly 1 hour. It might be a second over or a second under. And every second counts, doesn't it, girls? You know what I'm saying? Duncan. This is car crash in my life. I don't know what fucking direction I'm going in at the moment. Oh, my days. So, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, cost you nothing. Leave a comment, cost you nothing. You can hit the thanks button, which I love the thanks button. You can become a channel member. And if you join middle tier or above, you get on the members website with me and the gang. You can come to our chat room, t.me/CopTalkChat, cost you fuck all. And also, we've got a podcast, Cop Talk Podcast on Spotify, Spotify, Amazon Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, whatever you want. Don't forget the Dunk Knows Best podcast as well. All right. Right. I'll see you later today. I might be live today. I'm not sure, but I will definitely be live tonight. at 6:30 p.m. UK time. All right, guys. All right.